Brace yourselves, folks. Chaos has just erupted on The View. The situation behind the scenes has officially spiraled out of control.
So when I was fired the last time from this show, people say to me, were you okay with that? And my answer is I was.
In a shocking twist, the loudest and most polarizing personality on The View, Joy Behar, has abruptly vanished from the panel. The revelation came from Karoline Leavitt, who recently stepped forward claiming she played a crucial role in orchestrating Joy's removal. ABC, meanwhile, is facing major backstage turmoil. Sources say Joy was growing furious over the show's plummeting ratings. But what really triggered this fallout? What bold move did Karoline make to topple the show's most infamous figure? Could this be the beginning of the end for The View? Stay locked in, because things are just heating up. But first, if you want more explosive updates like this, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. All set. Let's dive in.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Time to break it all down. The View has a long track record of tearing down conservative women, and this latest saga fits the pattern perfectly. Enter Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history. Clever, outspoken, and unapologetically anti-woke. But Joy Behar, she crossed the line. During a fiery exchange, Joy dismissed Karoline's entire political career as nothing more than a pretty face handpicked by Trump. The jab wasn't just personal. It was meant to humiliate.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous...
Joy didn't hold anything back. She publicly mocked Karoline, implying that her looks, not her credentials, were the only reason she was ever hired. It was a nasty blow, even by The View's standards. The studio audience was stunned. Even Joy's fellow co-hosts, who normally back her up, looked visibly shaken. But the real firestorm began once the clip spread like wildfire online. The backlash came fast, and it came hard.
Objectifying the White House press secretary, saying she only has the job because she's hot.
Attacking a woman for her looks or age isn't very progressive. Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Garda. Kosha, particularly that last clip that we played, it was so condescending. The way that she was scolding her as if she was a schoolgirl, suggesting she needed to do her homework. I find it so hypocritical when these so-called, caring, progressive voices just turn so nasty like that.
Yes, and as you mentioned, with conservative women, there's a long list of that, both of Trump's previous press secretaries, females, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany, other figures like his campaign manager the first time, Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Palin very famously had to bear the brunt of a lot of this. So people are used to that. I think in their bubble of the audience that The View speaks to, that's probably kind of what the group think is. So one defense, I guess, is that she was speaking to her audience. When you take it outside of that bubble the way you are right now, and we all can see.
Most people might have clapped back with a tweet and moved on, but not Karoline. She went straight for the jugular. Refusing to play the victim, she took the fight directly to The View, exposing its double standards. Karoline called out the show's fake support for women's empowerment while consistently tearing down any woman who doesn't march to their progressive drumbeat. Then she dropped the bomb. Karoline sued both Joy and ABC, accusing them of deliberate defamation and character assassination. Panic set in instantly. This wasn't just another media spat. It was a legal powder keg. If she won, The View's credibility would be obliterated, and ABC could be looking at multimillion-dollar damages. Behind the curtain, executives scrambled. Meanwhile, Joy Behar had no idea what was coming.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate.
Things spiraled further once Karoline went public with her legal assault. Support flooded in, especially online, as people praised her for confronting the show's hypocrisy head-on. Even some liberal voices admitted Joy had crossed a line. ABC went into full-blown panic mode. Sponsors started pulling back, unsure if they wanted to be tied to the firestorm. Emergency meetings were held to decide the next move. And then, ABC made a jaw-dropping decision: let Joy Behar go. To save face, they framed it as a temporary leave so she could focus on new projects. But let's be real, she was pushed out to stop the bleeding. And just when the dust started to settle, Karoline broke her silence. In an unfiltered interview, she called Joy's firing a win for every woman tired of the media's double standards. This wasn't just about me, she declared. It was about standing up to media bullies who think they're untouchable. She slammed The View for attacking women who don't conform, and finally, holding them accountable. Bang! Her words hit home. For years, The View has taken shots at conservative women. But this time, it was their loudest voice that got silenced. And truth be told, this might be the beginning of their downfall.
Hey, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage.
All right, now it's your turn. Was Joy Behar's removal long overdue? Has The View finally gone too far? Are we witnessing the collapse of one of TV's most controversial talk shows? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We want to hear it all. And if you're hungry for more raw, uncensored updates, don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. The next chapter is coming fast. You won't want to miss it.
Do you want to take this?
No, you cannot be attractive and smart. I will try to give Joy the benefit, and oh, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt she went to St. Anselm College, she worked for WMUR
Ran for Congress?
In New Hampshire. She ran for Congress at the age of 25, put out a very good campaign. She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives and this is speaking very objectively, because I've watched every press secretary since going back to Marlon Fitzwater. Yeah, I'm that old. And she went out there for her very first briefing at the age of 27 years old, the youngest press secretary ever, and did a terrific